Ole Miss got absolutely destroyed by Texas Tech in their bowl game. And after the game, Lane Kiffin decided that he was going to say something incredibly inflammatory, accusing a Texas Tech player of something pretty disgusting and also something that most people were a little bit skeptical about, especially with everything that went down on the field. But nevertheless, this is what Lane Kiffin said. Lane Kiffin claims Texas Tech player spit on and may have said a racial slur to Ole Miss player during bowl game. And listen, if I just got destroyed like that, if my SEC school just got destroyed by Texas Tech, I might also be trying to make excuses, trying to push off, make it about other things other than my team's poor performance. But this is what Lane Kiffin stated. That's a pretty big accusation to put on somebody. And of course, we're going to get into it. The player himself and the coach have both denied this vehemently, say that Lane Kiffin is lying about this. But let's get into Lane Kiffin's side of the story. Ole Miss head coach Lane Kiffin said a Texas Tech player spit on one of his players and possibly used a slur during the Rebels' loss to Texas Bowl on Wednesday night. Yeah, I'm sure that everybody else on the field, they just mysteriously didn't hear this. Mysteriously, nobody else heard the racial slur from this player. The alleged incident in the fourth quarter came after Ole Miss Dayton Wade lost a fumble. Following the play, some pushing and shoving began, and Ole Miss wide receiver Jordan Watkins was flagged on a personal foul. During the post-game press conference, Kiffin went into detail about Watkins' personal foul penalty, explaining the officials flagged the wrong player. He went on to explain that Ole Miss lineman Jaden Williams was crying after the play, not because he was spit on, but because of what Moore allegedly said to him. They announced R11, which is Jordan Watkins, who wasn't in the fight. It was their 11 that was fighting, 71, Ole Miss lineman Jaden Williams, and everybody knew because their own coaches were yelling at the guy. There was a slur involved. That's not the point of what we're talking about. It's about the spitting part. I brought up our own 71 of the officials, right or wrong. You see him crying? He's not crying because he got spit on. It's because something was said. Kiffin was then asked to clarify if a Texas Tech player did a slur, but the head coach explained that he personally didn't hear what was said, therefore could not confirm what was or was not said. Yeah, so you're lying. Maybe the kid was lying, and now you're lying. Everyone's continuing to push these lies. We see this so much. How many times have we seen a fake slur story where someone uses that just to play victim, where somebody makes a mistake, they fly at the handle, they do something stupid, and then they lie and say, oh, I heard this from that person. And it turns out to be absolutely false. Right? Well, now, again, the Texas Tech player and the coach have also responded. Not so fast, Lane Kiffin. Texas Tech linebacker Dimitri Moore came out strong and swift with his reaction Thursday to what Kiffin said about him Wednesday night. And the often controversial Rebels coach said that Moore made a racial comment about Ole Miss offensive lineman Jaden Williams and spit on him. There was a sled. This is Lane Kiffin's statement here. Moore, a senior from Cedar Hill, Texas, released a statement. I can't state strongly enough that these accusations are false. It's disappointing to have my final game as a student athlete overshadowed by the false accusations that were stated last night. Head coach Joey McGuire also commented, had the back of his player. We're disappointed an opposing head coach decided to insinuate serious allegations that are false and irresponsible. I've discussed these allegations with Dimitri Moore, and he disputed the two claims that were brought forth against him. Kiffin suffered his team's fourth straight loss and fifth in 6 games to finish 8-5. Yeah, I think this says a lot more. It says a lot more about Lane Kiffin trying to explain away, distract from some of his team's terrible performances than it does with any slurs that were uttered. We see it time and time again. There's no proof. There's no evidence. Nobody else on the field heard this. Just the one player supposedly said this to Lane Kiffin. He does not even going to say what the person said. Bullshit. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.